I was 10 years old, 99, going to my first WWF pay-per-view event. One of my friends, his dad invited us to go to Over the Edge with them, and we had a suite at Kemper Arena. Like I said, it was my first wrestling event, and I was stoked to kind of be treated like a king of unlimited popcorn and soda while I got to watch an amazing pay-per-view. And, you know, I'll never forget when we were ready for the Blue Blazer to come down to the arena. I don't know. I looked up and I saw the Blue Blazer going down and making his entrance from the rafters, and I was pointing to my friend and telling him and letting him see the Blue Blazer come down, and all of a sudden, next thing I knew is I just heard a loud thump and saw the Blue Blazer on the ground. Me, 10 years old, I had no idea what happened, and a bunch of conversations going on in the suite from the adults, trying to understand what happened, and as kids trying to understand it as well. And the next day is when I realized and understood that Owen Hart ended up passing away, and it's still bone chilling to see that my first wrestling event, I unfortunately saw one of my favorite wrestlers pass away.
Yeah, just recently I rewatched The Dark Side of the Ring with Owen Hart. I mean, obviously it's so sad, and it's great to see what Martha is doing. And it was great to see Martha, who had been villainized for a long time. You could tell that she's a legend, just a true legend. And it's something that we don't really think about, or I don't know. It's something that I don't really think about or didn't really think about, was the people there who saw a man fall to his death. And not only was it people, but there were children there. And being that young and seeing a man die right in front of you. And then I think, wow, that's a lot that the parents now have to explain what just happened. But it's also traumatic to those parents. So the amount of tragedy that is happening for everybody. Obviously, number one, Owen Hart and his family. But the ripple effect of buying a ticket to see a man die, which sounds gruesome, but it's the reality of it. And I guess kind of is what a stunt show is sold on. And I'm not saying pro wrestling, but let's say an Evel Knievel, if you will. I mean, that's part of the selling point. So I took this call just as a reminder for me, for you, that people were there that night, that people lived with that. People thought about that every single day. People still think about it, that they were there in person seeing that happen right in front of them. And I'm sorry you went through that, and I hope that's something you've been able to talk about. And if calling this podcast is the only way that you've been able to talk about it or let it out there, well, then I'm grateful I could be there for you. Hey, thanks for watching. That call was part of a whole podcast called Wrestling Anonymous. Listen to the whole thing weekly. Wherever you listen to your podcast, go subscribe. While you're at it, subscribe right here on YouTube to Colt Cabana's channel. Thank you.